Constantly on my mind. Are we going to stay together? Are we not?
There's just so many things going on in our life, and it's not anybody's fault. I mean, we can sit there and say, okay, this, that, but we're both not happy. I don't want the tension. I don't want, and I'm tired of crying every day.
What do we do from this point on?
I don't know. Do we do a trial separation? And I don't even know what that is.
That's really no different than the way things are right now.
All right, we are back with Theresa Caputo and Jim O'Hare. And Theresa, we just saw a clip from the show. You and Larry are separated. You guys have been very open about all of this. Tell us what's happening.
Well, Larry and I are separated, and he's been living in LA, and I'm still in New York. And that's the thing what people don't realize. We are going through this in real time on Long Island Medium. You know, we've shared for the past 7 years our lives, and I made the choice to continue to do that.
Isn't that hard to share on the show, though?
It is. But again, I just told the story recently. I was out with my dad, and a gentleman came up to me and said, I want to thank you for sharing what is going on with you and Larry, because my wife and I watched the show and we looked at each other and said, that's us. That is literally what we are going through, and we put ourselves in therapy. And he said to me, he says, whether we make it or not, he says, I want to thank you because we know that we gave it our all. And he thanked me for sharing that. And
yeah. Have you guys done therapy or anything?
Yes.
Yeah, just not.
Yeah, for about 2 years, you know.
Right.
It's hard, you know.
It's hard for the fans, too, because we knew Larry. He's been here many times, and you were together for more than 30 years.
Kids. How are the
My
kids?
kids, I mean, this affects everybody.
Yeah.
This just doesn't affect Larry and I. It affects our parents, our children, our fans.
But a lot of times kids
friends
know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yes.
was that the case with you? Like, you know, they know when the mom and the dad are not necessarily happy and they're kind of just staying together and going through
I don't
the motions.
think any parent, any child wants to see their parents go through something like that. I can't speak for my children, but there was a lot of tension in the house, which Larry and I discussed on the show. And, you know, but it's between Larry and I.
Right,
you know, so.
right.
And ultimately, that is it. It's just between the two of you.
It's between Larry and I.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to take a short break, right? No, we're not taking the break right now. Oh, well, the question that I have for you, before we get to any reading, how do you do what you do? How do you channel the spirit? How does it just come to you?
So what happens is I just start to sense and feel things. Sometimes I hear things here and there, but what happens is I don't see like the way we see here in the physical world. I see like shadows and silhouettes. I feel an emotional bond that someone shared with them, and they will also make me feel how they departed. So, and it's always shocking on what, and then they make me feel on what the person is carrying. So there is a young man, actually, in the audience that, unfortunately, that has departed, and he's telling me that the burden that his family carries is that they did not get the opportunity to say goodbye, and that he died sudden and unexpectedly and tragically. Is that correct?
Yes.
So is this a brother or a son?
My baby brother.
Okay. So could you see? I felt the bond of. Do you mind if I get up?
No, not at all. Do you, girl?
Because what happens is I felt, and this validates also the bond. He made me feel like I heard brother, but I felt son. So for you, he was your baby brother, and he looked up to you as a father or a role model. And that he died, leaving the physical world very tragically and unexpected. So your biggest fear, and what you pray to God every day, is that his soul is safe and at peace with God, because he steps forward and he stands with the Blessed Mother. That is just my validation that his soul is at peace with God, because I am a practicing Catholic, so they show me things in my frame of reference. But is the father also departed as well?
No.
Or the grandfather, because he holds hands with a father figure or an uncle to validate for you that he is not alone.
Okay.
Who are you? How do you understand this? Do you understand the father figure, or how do you understand this?
No, I'm just thinking from past what I've been through.
Oh, okay, you have to understand. They make me feel, wait, why'd you grab the mic from him? I'm not done. But it's valid. What happens is spirit makes me feel certain things of where it affects someone else, whatever is being said. And this is why my live shows affect so many people, because you're able to connect with so many different things, even though I am not looking directly at you. It is validating that he knows how you feel, that you could have been able to prevent his departure. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And he says, absolutely not. I want to thank you for loving me, supporting me, and always being that father figure to me. He says, and don't you ever forget that. He also just told me that you had a dream of him.
Yes.
Where he told you that he was fine and that he was okay. He goes, and I looked as fly as ever, Theresa, in that dream. Is that correct?
Yes.
But that would be his personality. I also want Spirit to channel with that personality to validate that it is them. So you know that they're safe and at peace. And he says, I don't want you to carry not one burden. He also makes me feel like, though, was there a lot of questions surrounding his departure?
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
he shows me puzzle pieces, and when I put the pieces together, they don't fit. So that just means there's a lot of things going on that we might don't seem right, or there's a lot of questions.
Yes.
And he says, at the end of the day, let the justice be that my soul is at peace. So even though we have questions, that doesn't mean that he's not at peace, and more importantly, that he is not safe with God. Do you understand that?
Okay.
Did he also always wear baseball hats?
Yes.
But did he wear it differently? Because he turned it around. He goes, tell him he ain't wearing his hat right. And he turned your hat around. But that would be him, right?
Right, exactly.
He also tells me that there were certain things that you kept of his, whether they were T-shirts, and there's something about a jacket.
Yes.
Are there, you have other members of your family here with
No.
you? Or were you thinking, oh my God, they're gonna be so mad that they didn't come today? That's what you were thinking, right?
Yes.
Validating for you, sir, that nothing has been left unsaid with you and your younger brother. Know that everything that you have said to him in your own personal thoughts and or prayers, please know that he has heard, and he wants to thank you for the amazing and beautiful tribute that you gave him, because he salutes you.
Okay.
So, however you chose to lay him to rest, or what was said, he wants to thank you. Do you understand? Even if you
Yes.
didn't speak, but wanted to, thanking you for that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I do want to talk about the father that is departed, because the father keeps stepping forward, and he keeps laboring my breathing in the chest, and then he keeps telling me that no one was prepared for me to die, because then he said to me, can you believe this is how I died? It was almost like, let's just say, if he was diagnosed with cancer or something, and then he died of pneumonia, or he died of a cold. Like, how could that be? Is that correct?
All right, we got to take a short break. More with Theresa when we come back.
Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to our ABC7 Chicago YouTube channel.